Rage of Aquarius with your hosts Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein.
Welcome everybody across the world. It's Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and thankfully winter has come back to Ohio, but you lucky bastards in the Northeast, I'm jealous of you. But that's okay. Hopefully we'll have ours soon. So this is the Rage of Aquarius. I am Dan Smeriglio. This is Josh Bernstein, and we are doing our weekly ritual of coming to you and entertaining you for the quickest hour in all of independent media. So again, remember the apps. You might have seen my notification: VOP U.S.A. Radio, Android and Apple, Roku, Apple, Fire TV, and whatever. What's the other one? There's another one. What is it? Android. Thank you. Android, Roku, Fire, Apple. Boom, we're there. VOP USA. Watch us there. To everybody who watched on Thursday night, thank you. You watched this man come in and tear it down for an hour, which was freaking awesome. We had a lot of viewers yet again, so I thank you all. I'm sorting through all those numbers now. And that's it. Josh, welcome to your show.
Oh, man, it's great to be here. We got to talk first and foremost, before we get into the whole shooting at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, God bless the U.S.A., baby. Not only did the women win gold and also win gold against Canada, but so did the men win gold and against Canada. So this was the first time, I think, in 46 years, which is the anniversary of the 1980 Canadian and U.S. World Olympic team, whatever, and they beat them in overtime. So this was really just an awesome thing. And so there's a new term floating around, and we're going to have to call Canada, or Canadistan, as I like to call it, we're going to have to call those folks snow Mexicans, okay? That's what they are. They're snow Mexicans, because we know that we have illegal aliens here, that a lot of them are Mexicans. Not all, but a lot of them are. And so if we have illegal aliens or anyone in Canada, we're just going to call them snow Mexicans. So we beat the snow Mexicans, and we beat the tar out of them, which was nice. And it was a great celebration of America. And God bless the good old U.S.A.
Always nice to see. And, I'm happy they won. But don't worry, they moved on to the newest controversy.
I'm sure.
That Cash was there celebrating with the men. And, don't worry, the real MAGA crowd are outing him for being there celebrating.
Which is ridiculous.
I know. They're obviously
he was running security. They had FBI agents. They had DHS. They had a whole bunch of people there making sure that because of the craziness of the left-wing radicals and extremists in the United States of America and everywhere else around the world, we had to protect our athletes and protect our assets and make sure that we weren't going to be victims of any type of international, assault or murder or something like that against any of the U.S. Athletes, even the woke ones. Well, so that's it.
And I thank you for that. And that message was brought to you obviously by Bibi Netanyahu. Because we're supposed to say that, because obviously it's all a distraction. Everything's a distraction.
Uncle Bibi to me.
He's my uncle too, but I'm playing this great guy. Okay, the DL one.
He's your Italian Jewish uncle. There you go.
Yes, Italian Jewish Irish. Yep, it's all
That's
good.
Right.
I like when people ask me if my last name's German. I'm like, it's Smeriglio. Look at all those vowels. Does it sound German?
Sounds pretty
to you?
Italian to me.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? That's okay. I gotta ask my dad. I think it was longer before they took my family to the island, but we don't talk about that because the poor illegal aliens get everything for free.
Yeah.
So
mine was Bernstino, but now they shortened it to Bernstein. So
that's a short drop. All right, if mine was longer, really.
Yeah. Yours is it's got a couple of letters and vowels in it. That's
it's a little lengthy. I look like a fat leprechaun, but it's okay. Actually, no, I'm losing weight now, so I'm a little bit thinner. So thank you. Obviously though, I do want to also applaud the Americans winning and beating Canada, which is always nice to see because Canada sucks. And also, we have to obviously report on the hard news here because this is what we do. So let's look at Trump's distractions today. So the leader of whatever cartel was murdered today in Mexico. Poor innocent guy, great guy. He's somebody you have over.
Just like Kilmore's Burrito Garcia. I'm waiting for any minute now for the Maryland senator to go out and have margaritas with the family.
It's inevitably going to happen. But the poor guy who was killed, obviously you'd have him over for the holidays. I'd have him over for the holidays. Everybody would. He's such a good dude. you know. But and Mexico cartel members doing what they do best. All the videos all over X, they're slaughtering everything and blowing up their own houses and gas stations and hotels. So obviously this shows you that it's paid by the same people who pay our leftist idiots here. So we're mad, so we're gonna blow our own shit up. That's cool. Just as long as you kill more of your own people, that's cool. And if you kill the Americans there, I mean,
then you got a problem.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna FAFO.
Well, you know, I want to just say that they're talking about how Bernie Moreno from Ohio is calling for military intervention. You know, the United States Army, obviously. But I say you can have all the cartel in the world. All we need is one Delta unit. It's done.
Here's the thing. The Mexican military was trained by the U.S. Navy.
The Marinas.
Okay? They're the ones, right. They're the ones that took out this waste of breath and waste of life. And it's the Cartel Jalisco New Generacion is what it's called. And this guy, El Mucho or Muncho or Macho or whatever the hell his name was, is now pushing up daisies because he effed around and found out, trained by the U.S. Navy. So courtesy of the U.S. Navy given to the Mexican military, bye-bye Jalisco.
Yes. And now if they start in you had a two-pronged thing. So you had the Iran National Defense whatever account today say on X, which it's nice that they're able to post on there so freely more than I am.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's all right. But they said
think about it. The Ayatollah has more rights than we do on X.
They're not banned, but us, nah, screw you bastards. But he said today that any attack on Iran, they'll wipe Israel off the map.
Not going to happen.
That's cool. And then
not going to happen. You know why it's not going to happen? Because they would have done it already. They don't have the capabilities. Look, we have the military capabilities to shut down their defense missile capabilities. And that's what Israel did immediately to them back in June when we actually took out their nuclear program. So this whole notion that they're threatening to blow up anything, they couldn't hit a pimple on a goat's ass after a long 24-hour orgy, okay, with their favorite goats. Let's face it. So again, this is a situation where it's tactical. The USS Ford, Gerald Ford, I don't know why they named such a cool ship over such a douchebag. I know. But I digress. So they were waiting for that to dock in Israel, which it will dock later tonight, around 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard. And then I think he's going to do the State of the Union address, right? Tuesday, typically, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever it is. Night. Yeah, and then look out because it looks like the asshole Tola is now doing secession. He said that Larry Lajani or whatever the hell his name is, whatever, goat fucker, he's the next one in charge. And then they have another one after that and another one after that. But remember, I think they're going after full leadership. So you wipe out the Ayatollah, you wipe out his successor, you wipe out the one before that and one after that and after that. Wipe out the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, get rid of all those mullahs and clerics, clear them all out, make them all, have fun with their 72 Virginians, right? Because it's never the virgins. And that's the end of that. And then they can liberate the country. So I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to hear about his death.
No, me too. I'm going to celebrate. And honestly, it's cool. You always like to say it, so good luck. You get to see your...
Yeah, you always say death to America.
Yeah.
Death to Israel. Well, guess what? Death to Iranian leadership. Not the people, but to the leadership.
And now they get to go and see their favorite prophet pedophile. So good. Yeah. I mean, I look forward to their end. And as far as the cartels go, it's about damn time we end them because let's face it, Mexico's a shithole. Enjoy
your goat humping in hell.
Yes, that's how I look at it. And, the thing you're talking about is the sleeper cartels in America. So, Maine, here's looking at you. It'll be interesting to see where all that cartel uprising takes place. But, cartels in America, I mean, let's face it, they can pretend to be so badass and vicious. But like I said, and I'm not even saying send a Delta unit down to Mexico. No, just have them deployed on the homeland and take care of where we know that they already are. And that's all you need. No matter how vicious they think they are, believe me, Delta's better. Mark my words, Delta will.
What we ought to do is we ought to have our best Marines, our best, marksmen, snipers, basically. And if on the southern border, even though the southern border is closed, you have these cartel members in the mountains,
Yeah.
and they are snipers in
Yeah.
the mountains that could hit over onto the American side. I say, why don't we just line up our own snipers and take them all out? Get rid of all the snipers that are on the other side, because clearly there are Mexican, cartel snipers on the Mexican side.
Well, one good thing is already the president of El Salvador has already committed that he will send his best of the best to Mexico to help deal with the problem. Argentina has said they'll send their best of the best to help deal with the problem. Oddly enough, Venezuelan special forces have oddly popped up and said that they're willing to submit troops. I wouldn't trust those sons of bitches as far as I
wouldn't
could throw
trust
them.
them as far as I could throw them. No.
I would throw them on the front lines and accidentally friendly fire their ass personally, but they messed up because they forgot about El Salvador. All right, so what he's done there, and they're a little wicked. So let them feel it. Take
El Salvador has literally the best jail system in the entire world. Nick Shirley actually did a video on this about maybe 6 months or a year ago, and he showed the different jails. And yeah, obviously we hear about Cocot, right? That's the one, the really bad one that we're trying to get Kilmore Burritos Garcia to go to. Yeah. But they have like a system of like, depending on what your crime is, whether it's like petty thief or something like that, or it's not so bad. And they have these work programs in their jails, and they actually get you certifications if you want to be, a roofer or a plumber or whatever you want to be, or an electrician. You get these courses for that. And so you're not just sitting there rotting away, you're actually learning a skill. And then if you're not like a serious offender, they let you out when your 6 months or a year term is up, whatever. And then they have a job program to get you to work. And I'm telling you right now, that's what the United States of America should do. We should model our entire prison system off of El Salvador.
I agree. I mean, we need to model our prison system off of them, adapt Mexico's immigration laws. I mean, there's certain things we could do that are really, really quick and easy that would really change things for the better. So it's an interesting time, but, don't worry. I mean, all you need to know is, Thomas Massey is a hero. And I know we're going to get into this. Obviously the dude from today was a Thomas Massey supporter. Now, that little curly haired douche, Alex Jones, again, it's my weekly spot now. I mean, God love him. Last night, it's like, I'm sick and tired of this. You got to release the fucking names. Release their names, Thomas Massey. I don't want to come for you. Well, you know the names. You're not saying the names. It's like, okay, cool. Man. Sorry, I make your eardrums burst a little bit.
No, you're good, man. That's like a weekly segment now. I like it.
It has to be because like I always say, poor Alex, man. Nobody has it harder than him. Like, I love Donald Trump. I hate Donald Trump. I love that man. I hate that man. I love that man. Oh, I'm like the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
It's like you can't.
He's like split personality supporter.
Kind of. It's like, damn, the grift is real. So, but we have the No, everything is happening. Everything is happening. No matter what happens anywhere in the world, it's distraction from the Epstein files. Whatever. I mean, it's everything going to be Epstein with these people. Like, again, I see our favorite, weekly cancer patient, Owen Schroyer, out there. Apparently in his garage, where he does his show from. God bless. I'm sure he has all the money in the world, but he wants to make it look like he's one of you. And he's out there saying that it's all distraction. Trump is doing Netanyahu's bidding, and he's going to attack Iran and get us into World War III and then get into a war on multiple fronts now with Mexico, all because he's protecting the pedophiles and the Epstein files. Oh, cool. So everything is, the tariffs thing too, which really backfired beautifully on the ones who were celebrating.
Now, a lot of these anti-Israel morons on the right, let's face it, they're about as inconsequential as a fart in a gangbang, to be quite honest. No one's listening to them. No one's listening to Fuentes. No one's listening to Schroyer. No one's listening to Alex Jones. No one's listening to any of these people anymore, because I think the majority of the MAGA movement understands that Israel is not the enemy. Israel is the ally, and they're helping us to eliminate and liberate at the same time all of these people. I mean, like I said last Thursday, I don't need to go into it again, but bottom line is we're going to liberate these people, and we're going to eliminate threats, and we're going to eliminate funding for terrorists around the world. I mean, how could you be against that? It's almost like being the left being against ICE.
Yeah.
I want criminals here. Like, what?
Criminals are good.
It's crazy.
It's sick, and I haven't seen how many, but an interesting video came out. I don't know if you've seen it yet from President Putin. This came out, it kind of circulated late last night, but him talking about Charlie Kirk and then also the division being sown in the world to pit everybody as Russia as being the main enemy and trying to say that Israel and America are either the enemies of the freedom or they are the allies against their own people, and Putin explaining that it's the globalist and the New World Order that pushes countries to do what they do. And even if people don't like me, I'm defending Christian rights and everything else in my country. And it doesn't always look right to other countries, but what we do is for us. But America and Israel are not your enemies, and we are not the enemies of them. Now, again, and then he talked about Charlie Kirk and everything else. And, listen, people have their criticisms of Russia all day, every day. I'm not a Russian. It is what it is. We have a lot of people who watch our shows from Russia. So thank you for that. I say this, I don't view Vladimir Putin as my enemy. I'm sorry, I don't. I look at China and Iran and, other threats way more, credible as my enemy, as the ones who pose a threat to me. That's just it. And as far as Putin goes, KGB, this, that, everything else, yes. But historically speaking, one country was taken over by the global regime and broke free from it. Now, it may not look great, and you have oligarchies, you have a lot of, especially religious corruption with the churches and everything else. They're kind of like the entrenched deep state there. So it is not perfect. It does not look like America. But at the same time, I see why they always have to pit. Russia has been, JFK realized it. We see where that got him. This goes back even before the fall of the Soviet Union. I mean, there's a lot of things where we have a one-sided take, but people, now you're a Putin apologist. No, I'm just a realist that history doesn't play to the narrative that they always try to spin about Russia being the gravest threat we'll ever know.
Yeah, it's not. It's truly not. And by the way, I mean, look, he's a former KGB agent, so I'm not going to say he's, the greatest guy in the world. He's not going to win any awards for being, a saint, that's for sure. But I will say this. The bad guys in the war between Russia and Ukraine are Ukraine, okay? Yes. Ukraine is the most corrupt country in Western Europe. Ukraine is where all the bodies are buried. Ukraine is where all the secrets lie with the deep state and the globalists and everything else, with the Biden regime, the auto pen, all of that stuff. They have all the information. And quite frankly, if you look even further than that, where are all the bioweapon labs? They're all in Ukraine. They're not in Russia. And Russia, for the most part, I'm not saying that they're perfect, but they have been much more nationalist, which is, again, a healthy thing to be. And that whole war, remember, why did that war start? It started for a couple of reasons. Number one, it started from American weakness in 2014 when Barack Hussein Soetoro Marshall Davis Obama, Communist Party ID number 47455, that's who his father really truly was, actually said, we're going to put a red line. If you cross this line, it's a red line. Well, it might as well have been a fucking chorus line, okay, with singing and dancing, because nothing happened. He went into Crimea, and when he went into Crimea, he realized, okay, the American government under Obama are weak sucks. They're not going to do anything. So we emboldened him. So when they put in, the pants shitter in chief, right? And, basically had him in there and pretending that he was some type of leader or president. Now what happened? Oh, we got this guy now? This guy's even worse of a bumbling idiot. Let's go into Crimea. Or let's go in and invade Ukraine. Now, why did they do that? It's very simple. Ukraine were the antagonists. They have always been the antagonists. Why? Because they wanted to join NATO. And Russia said, you ain't going to be having a NATO country with 28 other countries right at the doorstep of Russia. Not going to happen. So if they would have just backed away from that, then maybe this all wouldn't have happened. But the reality is that the Democrats have always hated Russia, and they used Russia as the boogeyman to go after President Trump. And of course it didn't work, but it doesn't matter. And think about this. You know that Vladimir Putin is somebody that understands the political aspects of America. Like, he gets exactly how that entire cookie has been made in the oven, right? And he even said, America's not the enemy. They pit Russia against us. They need a boogeyman and this and that. So he understands the nationalists versus globalists fight that we, MAGA, America First, are also part of.
Yep.
And so if you put all that together, you can clearly see that if you have one of those I support Ukraine flags, you're a fucking idiot.
Big time. Big time. Like that's just as bad as the LGBT frickin' whatever they are with the pro-Palestine shit. If you really excuse me, if you really think that Russia is when you see now again, I remember growing up, I watched Desert Storm live on C-SPAN and shit, but yet again, we don't see anything happening in real time. Yeah. We don't see anything happening in real time, though, with Russia and Ukraine, but I digress. So we go back to these villages and these little towns when Russia comes in. What they don't want to show you are the people waving Russian flags and hugging the soldiers because they're actually ethno-Russian, So, and these are areas that, whether you agree or disagree, to the general public out there, were once part of Russia, not Ukraine. So, it's amazing when we go in and we divide and we say, this is yours, this is yours. When they overthrew the regime in Ukraine with Sotoro, with Barry, that was not a Russian puppet, but one who wanted peace with Russia. So again, the infamous Joe Biden visiting Ukraine,
I fired the prosecutor,
imagine that.
That's
right?
where all the bodies are buried.
It's the money laundering capital of the world. It's where they wash everything and they bury everything, where they create, where they use. It's a proxy, and it's so damn obvious. And Trump knows this. And whether Putin likes Trump or not, which I actually generally think that he does, but if nothing else,
he respects him and he fears him. There's no question that he is fearful of him.
Yes, and
he should be.
He admitted as much. He said because the one thing that Trump had that nobody else has had, and he actually said really since the Eisenhower days, was you did not know when he said something, he meant it, and you didn't know if he was going to follow through or not. Now, even knowing what Trump does,
now,
yeah,
right?
you do know. And
Absolutely.
when Trump told Vladimir, Moscow gets it first, when he told Xi Jinping that, Beijing gets it first, when he told the Taliban leader, I'm killing your family first, it's like they don't want to push it. And that's the difference. So it's interesting to see all these things coming out and how things are kind of playing into everything going on, because again, people, then you have some that like to spin it. Well, Russia hates the Jews. That's factually inaccurate.
I don't think so either. I mean,
Russia
I'm Russian Jewish. I even have Ukrainian blood.
Yeah, there's large Russian Jew population. And again, historically, I always say this. So we have to support the guy, the TV star transvestite dude, comedian. So we have to support the guy who literally canceled elections, disbanded over 13 different political parties, but left the one party in power that's a Nazi party in Ukraine. Praises the Oslo Battalion, which is what you could call them Nazis.
They are absolute Nazis,
bloodline,
100%.
right? So
100%.
If we don't support him against Putin, then we're Nazis against a country who helped us defeat the Nazis.
Yeah, that makes any sense, right?
Yes. You see, when it's broken down just plain and simple, it sounds kind of dumb, doesn't it? Maybe you're being played. Maybe you're being spun for a deeper reason. It's just sick, dude. So anyway, all right, I could just.
Let's talk about this kid.
Yeah.
So this kid basically, here's what I know. Basically, he lived with his mom and dad and his older brother. He had a sister that also died at 21 years old in 2023. Don't know much about that. From a very small little town in North Carolina. Nice house. They looked like they had money. He was an illustrator. I mean, as far as I can tell, at least so far, there hasn't been any ties yet to any Antifa groups. But again, it's early, so it's certainly a possibility. I mean, who else would do something like that than someone tied to the far radical left? But on the surface, he seems very Thomas Matthew Crooks. He seems kind of clean cut. He seems kind of, there's not much there. So I'm immediately going out and saying that this is a patsy. There's somebody else involved here. There's people behind him. There's people that set him up. There's people that, gave him the weapons. There's people that funded this operation, all of it. And it's amazing. And thank God President Trump wasn't there. But it's amazing that this is now yet another attempt, the third or fourth attempt on the president. And thankfully, like I said, he wasn't there. He raised a shotgun apparently at them, and that's when they shot him. He had a gas can or something with him as well. And remember, he drove from North Carolina down to Florida. As a matter of fact, he was considered a missing person, I believe, on Saturday. So his parents were like, hey, where the hell did, whatever his name is, I think it's Austin or something, where the hell did he go, Well, now we know where he went. But the question now is, who set him up? Who got him all the information? That's the issue at hand. And that's where we got to find what's going on here. This is nuts.
It's interesting because they showed his social media accounts, which I thought was intriguing, that they have Thomas Massey all over it. Again, who I hate that snake scumbag, but he's not exactly going to radicalize people. He's a little bit of a fairy douche cuck. But anyway, we won't talk about the wife situation.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
But so it's interesting to see all that's kind of coming out about this. So who's behind it? I have my theories, but I'll hold on to it for a little bit longer.
Probably a trans testicle radical Trantifa group.
Yeah.
Could be Neville Singham,
yeah,
who's close to the CCP. Could be the Soroses. Could
Take your
be
pick.
A whole bunch of different people. Could be the DSA. Obviously, I keep saying the DSA. They're evil. They're the ones, they need to be designated as a terrorist organization. Hey, look, if you can do the Muslim Brotherhood and you can do Antifa, you can do the Democrat Socialists of America.
It's funny.
Just as bad as all of them, if not worse.
It's funny because I was in a place not that long ago and they were having a meeting of the DSA. And it was very intriguing because these were some of the, let's face it, they were heifers and little anorexic twig cucks. And they were
awfuls, right? Angry, white, fat liberals, awfuls.
Yes. Like literally fit the bill, man. But it's funny that they were paying rent. These are Democrat Socialists of America. They were paying rent though at a building to hold their meetings, which I thought they should have everything for free. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
Supposed to give them space and everything else. But it was intriguing to see them up close and personal because you talk about the least the perfect marks for who you could mind, and just utilize as the tools and the moronic idiots that they are, and it's sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them though.
And that's why they need to be disbanded, dismantled, demolished, because they're running candidates that are just like Mandani around the country right now. Yep. And isn't it interesting that people are already waking up? What was the inauguration for him in January? And here we are, not even March. And now he wants to raise property taxes. He wants to defund the police. He wants to ban dogs, but he's got no problem with Muslims and having the stupid prayer thing five times a day. That's happening right now in New York.
Middle of Times Square.
Middle of Times Square. That shit is happening daily. So my question is, how does it feel? How does that communism feel, New Yorkers? Are you freezing to death, huh? 23 deaths and counting. Now they want to shovel shit and snow, but they want an ID. But no problem. You want to vote in our elections? Nah, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're legal or not. Doesn't matter. Just go ahead and vote. But if you want to shovel snow, you need 2 forms of ID. Unbelievable.
And it's going to be interesting as they're about to get hit with a blizzard. So luckily, their new skyscrapers can defend them because the trash is now stacking up in some places.
About as high.
Yeah, so really the boom of New York City, the golden age has hit New York again. It's beautiful to see. Trash everywhere and Muslims everywhere. There's no difference between the two.
You can only hope people will wake up. And the only way they're going to wake up is if they feel pain, death, despair, destruction, depression, all of the D's. That's what needs to happen, because otherwise these people won't wake up.
And I wonder how long it'll be before somebody hits New York City again. And it's I think there has to be, because there's that insatiable need to be victims. So we're definitely going to see something, and they're going to. I think that they're setting the stage. All right, that's why they're.
I think he's not going to make it to the end of his term.
I hope not. And
I think
of
he's
course,
going to be thrown out of office. I think they're going to pitchfork him. I mean,
You would think.
you got to understand, they were expecting free grocery stores that have run out of food. They were expecting rents to go down, they're going up. They were expecting property tax freezes, property taxes are going up. They were expecting all of these freebies, right? Free buses, free this, free that, free jerk-off sessions, whatever it might be. And the bottom line is, they're finding out not only is the city broke, but that he's not, a kingmaker. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. This is an incel who basically just, sat in his parents' bathroom and jerked off all day. I mean, he has no skill set whatsoever. And here he is now running the largest city in America and the financial epicenter.
Yeah,
The only way you can have that happen is without voter ID.
absolutely. It's truly sick. I did hear he's bringing back peep shows though. They've been loaded up goats, and
Yes. Yeah. There's a great meme I put on X. It says, Madani, I'm pregnant. And it's a picture of a cell phone with a goat. It's hysterical.
That's great. It's sad to see what's come, and I think they should stick the canine unit on him personally, because you come after dogs, screw the people, you come after dogs.
That's the thing. People sometimes, she killed, so what? Some people froze to death. Who cares? What did you do to the dog?
That's right.
You're not letting me have a dog. What are you
That's right.
talking about? America is as apple pie. Dog ownership is as apple pie as America is. I mean, it's like everybody has a dog. I got 3 of them. But I'm just saying, in general, it's like even the women that voted for this douchebag are like, wait a minute, I can't have my little, pocket chihuahua? Like, what?
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely hurting things for him.
It's like, it's sick, man. It's sick. Like, this is what like a jihadi in control looks like, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Adams, at first I did not like him, but then I grew to like actually respect the man halfway. He was actually, you look at him now in comparison, I mean, the one before him was like the worst of the worst. But
oh yeah, that
even
big, tall, goofy fuck. What was his name?
God, I don't know. Trump likes him a lot.
Starts with a B. He's not important enough.
No, but like Mom Donnie's making him look good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty freaking
exactly.
bad. So give it time before he gets taken out of office. Give it time. They'll set up some type of attack where it'll be a white person, of course, and they'll try to like counter
in a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's coming. It's coming. Just when I saw those pictures and the videos of people having to stop in the streets because the Muslims are all down on their knees, making their daily prayer or whatever the hell it was, I'm like, run them the fuck over. You know what? I
All lives splatter.
Yes, amen.
And they splatter the same.
Right?
Black, white, Chinese.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Like, get out of the damn streets. Hit them.
Yeah.
I don't
If you're
care.
in the street, and you know what? There's actually, and it's not called All Lives Splatter, although maybe it would have been a great name. But I think Oklahoma and Tennessee, I know for sure Tennessee, but I think Oklahoma as well, they've passed a law that if somebody is in the way of your car and you feel threatened, boom, you can hit the gas and run their asses over.
And I think that's fantastic. That's exactly what deserves to happen. So, you do stupid shit, you win big
stupid
rewards.
prizes.
That's right. So my heart doesn't go out to any of them who may get killed. So whatever. New York's a shithole. So let's go. What are we going on to next?
The tariffs. I mean, just briefly, the lie out there is that he can't do any more tariffs, which of course he can. Section 122, he's already enacted it. 10% went to 15%, and the thing is that a lot of the global taxes were at 20%. So what did he lose? 5%. We're still bringing in this almost the same kind of revenue, and this whole notion that he's going to have to pay back all this money, get out of here. You know how long that would take? Number one, through litigation and legal battles and delays and all this other stuff. He's not going to be paying back the $134 billion anytime soon. And more importantly, they now clarified exactly what they can do. As I said before this all happened, This was more like a technicality rather than a doomsday type scenario. So instead of using IEPA, fine, I'll use section 122, I'll use section 383, I'll use section 301, I'll use section 238. No problem. We've got a million things to use. The 1974 Trade Act, the other one from 1930. I mean, we've had a lot of these decisions, and what the court didn't mean to do was to actually embolden President Trump and the administration to levy more taxes in different ways. And here's the best part. The best part is that under Section 122, he now has the ability to investigate. So, for instance, if Ketanji Brown Jackson, I don't know what a woman is, Elena Kagan, and Sonia Sotomayor, or even for that matter, Coney Barrett, or even, what's his name, Roberts, if any of them have colluded with, or there's documentation of them working with any foreign countries and or businesses in a lobbying effect, in other words, if they were lobbied to go against this decision, that Section 122 opens up criminal investigations into the Supreme Court.
Which I think is long overdue. Now, I don't remember. I was trying to do some hard news-ish stuff for you, but I failed miserably because I forgot his name already. Maybe I should have written it down, but I would have broken my own rule. So the guy who filed the lawsuit that went to the Supreme Court, right? His organization, the guy who heads it, I forgot what it's called. He's the one that brought it to the Supreme Court. Turns out, this is credit Laura Loomer, actually, for giving the whole breakdown.
She does a good job.
She's a badass. Whatever. I mean, people could hate her. I mean,
that's why she's been with us since the beginning, getting censored.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. And she's an OG. She follows me on X. But anyway, but the gentleman who was part of the administration in Trump's first term, but also headed up the research for the candidates for the Supreme Court and recommended Amy Coney Barrett, is the same guy who filed the lawsuit to the Supreme Court that went against the tariffs. I don't remember his name. That's on me. But little history lesson there. Interesting how that all works, huh?
Interesting.
And
well, I think one thing people have to understand is that part of this decision, although I don't agree with it, and again, I think it's kind of silly. He can still do what he needs to do, but this was stupid because it doesn't really change much, okay? But the thing is that if you look on it from the other side, like what can you say that's good about it? Well, what if, God forbid, in the future, there's some left-wing psychopath that wants to levy whatever type of new tariffs, maybe even on Americans, not even on foreigners. So what if they use it in-house instead of against, outside interests? And they do that on like climate change, and they tax your car, or your house, or your whatever, your mortgage, like, 200%. Because they're allowed to using IEPA. So, if you look at it on the flip side, it's possible that, they were also thinking in the future to rein in some radical extreme leftists too, but who knows?
I do think it's interesting. People are like, well, look, Kavanaugh gave him the blueprint of what he needed to do. One, Trump knew exactly what he needed to do. But at the same time, Kavanaugh, good on you. And good on, obviously, Thomas is just a legend, and Alito's a badass. But, I was proud of Kavanaugh. His dissent was fantastic, and it needed to be. And I do love the sheer balls of the White House putting out the myriad of tweets, keep calm and tariff on, dark MAGA, and they were showing Trump all walking out with the red flag.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's epic. I love it. I love it. Like, seeing that stuff is just fantastic. In their face, salt in the wounds. Let them feel it, Mm-hmm. So it's just amazing how hard they go and how far they'll go to work against. And even Trump today withdrew his endorsement of a congressman because, for being against the tariffs and everything. Good. I would like to see Trump's real endorsements, not just basically done for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to see it. So things.
That's why
like that
I say this, and I have it in Preserving Liberty. I came up with something that's called the Platform Act, and what it basically means is this is how you get rid of rhinos. And you either have conservatives or you have liberals. There's no rhinos. There's nothing in between. And if you get elected to Congress, you have to maintain a minimum of an 80% score, conservative scorecard, right? Those are the organizations like the Heritage Foundations and others that basically score from, F to A, basically based on how conservative you are on your voting record. Well, there's so many more Republicans, they're called Republicans, that are like 40s and 50s and 60s, and there's very few that are in the 80s and 90s. That's our problem, because they're moving over to the left. Now, the Democrats are at 4%, 8%, 12%, 6%, they're really, really bad. And so for them, hey, do whatever the hell you want to do. But for us, we don't want rhinos. So if you have an 80% threshold, you've got to maintain that. And if you don't, then you have to forfeit your seat and someone runs against you. That's how you clean shit up.
Yes, and I think it's freaking fantastic. And, I have my reasons for believing that, obviously, but just common sense, yeah. I mean, talk about eliminating the problem, the cancer, but it's amazing how much money goes into the system and how much money is utilized just to influence and sway. I mean, we
really need, obviously term limits first and foremost before anything else. But this is also something else that's needed.
Any type of thing to hold them accountable or hold them to what they say,
Exactly.
They run around just with impunity. Now, I hear that a lot of the Dems are skipping the State of the Union now. Mm-hmm. They're opting to, I guess they're going to hold whatever, like they usually do. You got Timu Obama Jeffries out there. He's going to do his little thing, and they're going to hold some rally or some bullshit. I don't know. But I'm actually happy about that. Like, good. I seeing them sitting there with their stupid little smug faces and their stupid little signs, and when they all synchronize their freaking dresses and shit, it's the most nauseating thing in the world. So I say good, man. I do
too. And here's the other part of this. You're going to hear the cheers, right, coming from the Republicans when he's saying certain things, and you're not going to hear any boos. Yeah. And so they're stupid for doing this, because to an audience that's watching, that's not engaged in politics like we are on a daily basis, knowing every single thing that's happening every single minute of every single day, right? Yep. The people that are not that engaged, they're not hearing boos. They're only hearing cheers.
Amen.
So now all of a sudden they're going, well, wait a minute. I thought everybody hates this guy. I thought everyone hates his policies. What the hell is this? All I'm hearing is good things. I like all these things. Maybe I ought to do some research. So I think it's actually an opportunity to kick back, Republicans in a more favorable light and position, because I don't think anyone's going to be watching, their Bad Bunny bullshit on the other channels, right? So the reality is that you're going to have a tuned in Republican and independent America-loving audience, and you're not going to hear any boos. You're only going to hear cheers. They're not very smart, are they?
No, they're dumb. They obviously don't know how to play the media game very well. They think they do, but they don't. Even though they own it, they really don't know how to play.
They're very bad prostitutes, if you think about it, right? Because they're prostitutes. They'll sell out. They'll sell their mother out. Doesn't matter for a story. But they're not very good at what they do.
No, they have everything at their disposal, and they fuck it up every single time. They really do. Honest to God, they're some of the dumbest asses in the world, and it blows my mind. I mean, hell, we're supposed to go to down the road from us, they're having a watch party at some local restaurant and bar, and it's the Republicans of whatever, Ohio, and we're all going to be there. It's like, it's going to be cool. I've never experienced that before. So
I've been to watch parties before for election results and stuff.
I did election, but that sounds like fun. So what the hell? It's just like, I've never seen a Melania
I don't think
movie.
I've been to a watch party for a State of the Union, though. Only watch parties for when election results are coming in Arizona and stuff like that. So.
We had our own house parties almost when it was debate nights, was because it was always,
I've been to obviously a lot of debate parties or whatever. Yeah.
The State of the Union is great. People are like, well, he should.
I do. Yeah. Well, I've never watched one when AutoPen was there. I skipped it.
God,
I think there was a lesbian synchronized swimming competition from Frog Balls, Kentucky that seemed a little bit more interesting than watching someone half dead, with someone's hand up their ass, moving their mouth. No, thank you.
The animated
I don't want to hear the lies.
Right? No, I only watch when Trump is, and again, he's just gonna go up there and be a cheerleader. And Like, exactly. Hello, that's what I want from my
Cheer for
president.
America. I mean, look at these hockey guys. I mean, the guy's missing his teeth. Yeah, USA. He just had his teeth knocked out. He doesn't give a shit. He loves the country. That's
Exactly.
what we got to
Take
get
the
back
pride.
to. That love,
What
that
is
lust for America.
that guy, that MMA fighter Strickland? Is he still like one of the good? What's his name? Jason Strickland or something?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe I
follow the MMA.
Neither do
stuff.
I. But this guy is like brutal, and he goes out there in the media and calls them all a bunch of tranny fags.
I don't mind when they're standing up punching the shit out of each other, but once they're rolling around together on the floor, that's just get out of here. That's
a little too gay.
Get
Yeah,
out
I
of here.
know. I agree.
I don't like that.
You know, I agree. No, but I
Punch
do like
the shit out of each other. If one falls down and the other guy's standing, all right, that I can watch.
Yeah,
But I don't like the other stuff.
but this one dude, he knocked out somebody. He did a press conference, and he told all the media off. You're a bunch of tranny protecting, fag.
Oh, there you go. Then I like him already.
It was actually pretty damn entertaining. Like I really enjoyed that part. I don't watch the other crap, but it was good to see. But a little sense of pride goes a long way. And again, I make no bones about it. Somebody else said, that we are so dumb. Our country is fucked because of people like you and I falling for the propaganda. That was a comment to our show the other night. I'm like, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The reactions to that were kind of funny. But nevertheless, yes, we're the dumb ones. But President Trump is my favorite president in history. I don't care.
Mine by far.
Yes, my list is always swayed like Reagan, right? Like no, Reagan was like number 6.
This has been the most consequential president in history. Even technically as much, if not more, than even the founding of the country.
Yes.
Think about what he's been able to accomplish in 1 year. No one's even come close to doing anything like that.
Not at all.
So, maybe I'm biased because, I'm just about, a little over 50 and I wasn't around back then, but just seeing the amount of accomplishments in a year, I mean, there's no one that can compare to that.
No,
Reagan,
not at all.
Not Kennedy, not FDR, not Lincoln, none of them. None of them can.
When I think of badasses, Trump's top my list, and we'll start our own version of the Purge. He's the new founding father. Thank you. You're in a cult. Yes, I am. We make a pilgrimage to golden Trump statues every 5 a.m. When the sun comes up, we go, Allah.
That's right.
Yes. Anyway.
Allah Akbar Trump.
Yes, Akbar Trump, whatever. Did you see that video from C-SPAN of John Barron?
Yeah, what is with that? Here's the thing. It didn't sound like Trump.
Not 100%.
It kind of sounded like someone impersonating him.
Yes.
But I have heard, again, I'm not saying it was, but I have heard that he's used apparently that exact same John Barron thing before, but it was like in the 80s or 90s, like it was a long time ago from what I understand.
Yes.
And I don't know, it seems a little sus.
It's
but
a little
I don't know.
funny.
It didn't really sound like him.
I want to know where Sean Faresh was at that time.
And the thing is, why, if it was him, why pretend? Just be like, yeah, this is the president. I'm pissed off, and these people are bullshit. I mean, do your thing, Don't hide behind that. What are you going to be, the next Pierre Delecto?
Right.
Like Mutt Romney? Come on, that doesn't make sense.
Like, and C-SPAN since come out and said that Trump was doing a very publicized, press meeting at the White House the same time that phone call came in. So it was
so somebody was messing around.
Yeah,
they used the same name because they must have known that he's used it in the past. Gotcha.
And that's how I feel. Trump, especially now, you think he's going to call up under a pseudonym?
Because Trump's not the one that's going to hide behind a name. No, the guy that stands up and goes fight, fight, fight after getting shot, he's not going to put on some pussy fake name, right? Yeah. Let's face it. He's going to call C-SPAN and tell it like it is.
It's kind of laughable though, but hey, like when they asked Trump, "Are you getting ready? Have you been practicing for the State of the Union?" He's like,
"Practice."
He's like, "Practice." He goes, "Oh yeah." Like, what are you doing?
Practice anything. I remember that, when he was running for president, everyone was going, "You've got to do your prep work."
Prep.
He's like, "I do these rallies. That's enough."
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was. I mean, he's a good debater. He's not a great debater, but he's good enough to win. Obviously, he's done it so many times. But he's good at talking off the cuff.
Yep.
He's not disciplined, which is actually works in his favor, to be honest. Because he says so many things that people are thinking, but are afraid to say, right?
Yes.
Including many of the politicians. And that's why he shocks the media all the time.
Okay.
But the reality is if it was him, which it wasn't, he would have used his name.
Yes. And I have it in the clip how it's created for our show intro, our very loud intro for Politishock. And one of my most favorite things is that morning when he stopped and turned to the cameras because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I actually had a T-shirt of that.
Oh, dude,
I
I love that.
one right away. But
it's like,
yeah, I remember that.
That's your American president? Like, fucking A.
And it was like, I think it was something having to do with trade or Canada or something.
It was Hezbollah and Israel, and they were supposed to.
Oh, that's right. They broke the ceasefire.
Yes, and then Trump
broke the ceasefire, I think, or maybe it was Russia and Ukraine. I don't know. There was something going on. It was war. I know that.
Yes,
and that's when he just said they don't know what they're.
It's just absolutely freaking hilarious, dude. Like I love it. 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 But anyway, that's our POTUS, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, look at this. Holy shit, man. We're like 8 minutes and change left in the show. Wow.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That went quick, huh?
Whoa.
That went really quick. So let's see. We got the shooting. We got the tariffs. Oh, Prince Andrew.
Oh,
so, everyone thinks Prince Andrew is going to be convicted and all that. And yes, he's a dirty, disgusting pedophile and likely rapist and child abuser and everything else that he is, and even releasing state secrets to Jeffrey Epstein. That's really why they're going after him. But here's the bottom line: he's not going to be convicted, folks. It's so simple. The reason why, because the king is the king, and the king, Charles, his brother, is over all of the courts. So they serve at the request or, the praise of the king. And so all he has to do is very simply call his brother as a witness. Now you have a British constitutional, crisis because you don't know what to do at that point. And guess what happens after that? The case is dropped. Or he can just threaten to implicate the king and take down the entire monarchy to get out of jail. I'm telling you, folks, he's not going to jail because of the fact that he's the brother of the king of England. It's not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen.
And don't get me wrong.
Does he deserve it? Absolutely. He deserves to get reamed in the you-know-what every day of his life for the rest of his life. It's not going to happen.
He deserves to be Gaddafi live on TV. You know what I mean? So but no, I totally agree.
Now, he could have an accident.
Yes.
Something could happen with British intelligence, MI6. They're very, very smart. But as far as like an actual court situation and conviction, I don't see it happening.
Now, accidents in the UK usually go the other way, unfortunately. So R.I.P. Diana. That's how that tends to go. But it'll be interesting to see. I more so because we know there's more coming with the infamous shit going on here in America. I didn't want to say the damn name because I'm like you. I'm so sick of talking about it. It's like 3 point whatever million is not enough for you. You need more. Well, more is going to come. And I just cannot wait until the shit's on everybody's face and they start taking down some really big players. And there's a reason why Trump retweeted or retruthed something the other night, his infamous debate with Hillary, where he talked about that was locker room talk, and I apologize for that. But what Bill Clinton did were actions, and he put that whole segment was reshared by President Trump at like 2 a.m. randomly, and damn well that was President Trump.
Right. What he ought to do is drop the one where they're having the debate, and she's like, she says something like, "That would not be becoming of something like that." And he's like, "Yeah, because you'd be in jail." Yeah, he ought to drop that little "you'd be in jail" thing on like X at like 3:00 in the morning. Just that little clip, and the whole media the next day would blow up all over. What does this mean? Is Hillary going to be arrested? Is the time running out on her? Like, he ought to just mine her.
And I think he already is, because he dropped that, and that came about 10 minutes before he said that line. It's awfully good that somebody like Donald Trump isn't in charge of the law enforcement.
That's what it was. Yeah, because you'd be in jail. I couldn't think what she said. But so he dropped that exact clip?
He didn't drop that part. He dropped the part.
That's the part he needs to drop.
Yes. So
he
I
needs
think
to drop that part.
He did that for a reason. Remember we were talking last week about how people like, oh, he said nice things about Bill Clinton, but then he goes and drops that. And like the next monumental part of that debate was that line. So I wonder if he's everything he does is a troll, but he's sending a message. He's
later tonight, I'm gonna send to Truth Social. I'm gonna find that little clip of him debating her, and I'm gonna put because here's the thing, he's never on X. I learned my lesson a long time. He's never on X. But he's on Truth Social, and I'm a late night person, and I know he's a late night person. So there's a possibility that he could see if I put something towards him at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Maybe not. Who knows? But sending that to him, I'm going to send him the clip and say, hey, read Truth, whatever it is. You put this out there, however you get it. Put it out there. And don't say anything. Just put it out there. And just watch everybody implode.
Right, dude. He retruths everybody on there. You know,
I've never had him, I don't think, retruth anything. I've sent him suggestions, but and he's acted on a few of them, I know, over time, but he's never retruthed me. If he did, I mean, my Truth Social would be up. Huge, you know? So that's never happened, but. And
I'm terrible. I should be focused more because I hate X, and I should be focused more on
hard.
Truth.
I don't know what it is. It's a good conservative, platform, but it's hard. It's not as user friendly as X, and
I hate that.
Mean, I have like nobody on it, pretty much.
Same, and even my my accounts on Getter. I mean, God bless, and I see them in the chat room.
I think I have like 2,000 on Getter, but I haven't been on it in months.
You have me
active, and then I have a Parler that has 4,300, but I'm never on that because who's on Parler?
I know.
So it's like some of the things that I didn't get thrown off of, I still have, but I don't use them. So
I know. That's how I am. I was trying to get the lives on Getter, but I can never get them. It never approved me for it. I'm like, damn, well, I can't restream the stuff on there, so whatever.
That's weird.
But again, our whole crew in the chat room right now, MAGA Lions crew, all them. I mean, they put clips out of our shows on Getter, and they get hell of a response.
Well, we appreciate that.
They're awesome.
And the best thing to do is to keep sharing. Keep sharing and keep sharing. We appreciate that.
And I'd be remiss not to do, because I had no idea. And literally, Joe, here's looking at you, my friend, who I freaking love dearly. And again, I wish he would stop doing this, but damn it, he's one of the damn good Americans out there. He is our first subscriber on Buy Me a Coffee. The second subscriber is my father. So,
there you go.
which
the one that told you cursed too much.
No, he did later clarify.
That's
by the way,
funny.
Yes, he enjoys it, but he says do it more. He knows I do it off the cuff. So he's like, you're doing really, really good. He's like, sometimes so.
I was listening. You were great, son. But then you said fuck, and I was like, oh no.
Well, I don't even think it's that. Maybe just like I elongate sometimes, and I go a little bit reactional. Emotional.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's only good fun.
Exactly.
But seriously, for the folks that are out in the audience, join the Thursday night Full Throttle Thursdays.
Yes.
Dan joins. It's a lot of fun. We kind of do similar to this, but like a group of us on like a Zoom call. So if you're interested, you can email me at thejoshbernsteinshow@gmail.com, thejoshbernsteinshow@gmail.com, or just get with Dan and he'll give you Marlene's information. We'll get you set up. But it's a lot of fun and we want more people to join. So please do.
Yeah, and I definitely think you guys out there in the crew, the MAGA Lions crew especially, you would really enjoy that. It's a chance to like literally come on and, like you said, it's a shoot the shit session, just like this, and it's a really good time with some really awesome.
But there's
people.
like 10, 12 people typically.
Yeah,
so it's like a free for all. It's fun, drinking,
awesome.
Doing whatever, having a good time.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll amend the show description on this too and include your email on there. So people could hit you up on that because I don't think
and then I can forward those emails to my publicist. So.
Yeah, that'll be freaking awesome.
Marlene Monroe. That's an interesting name, isn't
it? That's a cool name.
I know it is.
The first time I saw
it's not Marilyn, but it's Marlene.
Marlene Monroe.
She's real sweet.
She's cool as hell. But when I saw that email come first, I'm like, that's a badass name. Like, who the hell is this? Like, now I see.
She does all my my interviews and stuff for me. When I do an interview with somebody and I interview a big guest, she conducts all that stuff for me. So, and of course she does the Full Throttle Thursday show. So,
well, she's good.
She's awesome.
Hell
Been
yeah!
with me a long time, many years.
So remember, people, get the book. It's in your face.
Yeah, let me just do my quick thing. So again, jbushow.substack.com. The book is, of course, Preserving Liberty, Bold and Brave Solutions to Save America and Create Permanent Freedom. And it's endorsed by Roger Stone. Congressman Paul Gosar wrote the foreword to it. Alan Dershowitz, the famous defense attorney, also endorsed it. I know that's a weird combination between those three people, but Congressman Paul Gosar, he's amazing, from the Freedom Caucus. He wrote the foreword to the book. And if you like what's going on in D.C. right now, my book kind of shows you how to make it all permanent. And, I think it's, it took me about 3.5, 4 months to write, sitting at my, my kitchen table. I did it. And I threw it in there, and I got traditionally published. So it's not self-published, I didn't just sit there in my basement and write it, or ChatGPT it. It went through a traditional publishing company, Skyhorse Publishing, and it went through a legal review. So everything in it is 100% legal. And let me tell you, there's some jaw-dropping information in the book. And in some aspects, I don't just use FBI and CIA references in the sub-chapters, like in the footnotes. I actually use their own emails with their names and everything in the pages of the book. So there's a lot of information in it. You can also get a digital copy for free if you join the Substack. And again, that's jbushow.substack.com.
Outstanding. So thank you, sir. This was a little bit over now, but it was a little
bit,
but that's okay.
Just blame it on me a minute or so.
That's okay.
So.
It's his fault, not mine. His fault.
You heard it 100%.
You heard it here first. So, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us in the quickest damn hour, apparently. So we will be back, of course, next Sunday night, 9 p.m.
That's
Eastern time. Counting it. Josh, love you as always, brother. Thank you for coming on Thursday. I mean, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a blast.
We're going to do that again because people keep asking. My father thinks that you should be on every week too, by the way. He's a big fan of you.
You know what? I mean, I could do if we keep it to an hour. I think we did like 2.5. No, we did about an hour.
This week
we did about an hour.
The first time was like we were going to talk for like 30 minutes. It was like 2.5 hours. So that's when we realized we should probably do some shit together.
Yeah. Well, your show was like 4.5 hours.
5.5 this week.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I watched some of it with you and Hollis there at the end. So you guys are pretty good together. Going back and forth as well. So
Hollis, Aftershock is a whole different vibe, but I love when Hollis comes on because you talk about somebody who does not want to be involved in politics, but she's so passionate and she's learned so much over this time, and it's like. All right. I'm a little bit biased, but she's like just the hardest working, like the smartest, like little, like she's a firecracker. She's like, she's
a firecracker. All right.
I hate these bastards, but
she does the production for this show.
Yes. She's amazing.
And we appreciate it. And we thank her for it. So
amen. Thank you, Hollis. All right. That's it,
buddy.
Everybody. Thank you. To
the Rage of Aquarius out there. God bless you all. Appreciate it.
We're signing off. And remember, people, if you want, scan that doohickey, buymeacoffee.com/VOP USA Radio, and you can join the VOP posse. Take advantage while you can. Other than that, I will see you on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. He will see you at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Full Throttle Thursdays. You can find it right there, jbshow.substack.com. It's scroll on the bottom of your screen. It's in the show description. And remember, as always, if I don't throw it in your face, buy the book, subscribe. We love you. We'll see you next week. God bless. And I am going to the end now. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk soon.
You've been listening to PolitiShock. PolitiShock is all about waking the masses against the New World Order, the World Economic Forum.